last week, Wednesday, Senator Bima Muhammadu Nagi, APC Niger South, introduced a bill to ban the use of generators in the country. The bill is titled A Bill for an Act to Prohibit/Ban the Importation, Use of Generating Sets to Curb the Menace of Environmental Pollution and to Facilitate the Development of the Power Sector. All right, this bill seeks to ban the importation and use of generating sets, like I said earlier, and also to help us improve on our environmental health. Okay, but according to the African Development Bank, Nigerians spend about $14 billion on generators and fuel yearly to provide alternative power and further stimulate growth. Wow. All right, now this is a topic I know will concern a lot of people, myself included. Because if not for generator, I don't think I would have survived till now. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no power.
Yeah.
Really, you know what and then we're talking about banning.
Yeah.
You know, the alternative that an average Nigerian has.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Listen, have you gone to any NEPA office?
They only have generators.
You find out that they run on generator. The National Assembly that is talking of banning runs on generator. Now, you see, like I keep saying, we keep putting things in wrong perspective. If, for instance, we have 80% supply of light, energy, and we're fighting for 20%, and we're saying because of that 20%, it is to ban generators, I will support it. Some of these people we have in the National Assembly, I think they don't, maybe the reason why they all came up before and said, let us ban history. People don't read. They should go and study how when Owens was going to ban the importation and use of generator in Ghana, how he went about it. You cannot ban something when you have no alternative in place. Except the whole idea is to throw the country into total darkness. So I keep saying that the people we have in the National Assembly, please, you guys, you are there for us. You're not there for yourselves. We voted you people in. Look at policies that will help the ordinary Nigerian on the street. There is a security issue. Our educational system is gone. Our health system is gone. Nothing is working, and you're talking about banning. So you mean that if you ban generator, all those in the hospital should just die? That's what you're saying. Maybe you guys don't think. I don't even know the kind of legislative aids you people have. Maybe your legislators don't think. They should be the ones thinking out of the box for you guys. But unfortunately, I don't understand what you guys are doing there.
Dr. Maduka.
Okay, let me balance this. Really and truly, I support it.
The bill?
Yes.
Okay. Why so?
I will tell you. When Mubarak came to power in Egypt, the first thing he did was to ban generator. But he did it the whole system, even including himself, his household, everybody. So there's no caveat. There's nobody who is exempted.
Okay.
He said no generator anywhere, even in my house. There's no light, there's no light. And that generated, it stimulated a lot of people into going into power. And within 6 months, the army, the Egyptian army, were the ones that developed the Egyptian power. And everything started. You see, my problem in Nigeria is that you saying this thing, and at the end of it, you give it a caveat. You say, okay, this hospital is not is exempted, the presidency is exempted, the governors is exempted. So at the end of it, the whole thing boils down on the masses. So it's killing the masses. Secondly, the amount we are spending on generator, just said it now, 14 billion. If we can put that into production, it will really help our unemployment level. I'm not talking about the health hazard we're experiencing. You know, there's this gas you don't see when they emit, and of course there are things people don't even know. They don't have anything, but there are even another thing that we don't notice as environmentalists. You see, noise pollution is even worse.
True.
It kills the brain.
That's why we shout
so every time. So those things are the things we have to look at, and we look at it from the whole angle. If this ban is including themselves, even in the house, let it be a total thing. I agree. China came up with a system, I think 5 years ago. What they did was, if you're building a new house, you must provide for solar. So if you're building a new house, you must provide solar. And that is what they are doing right now. So it's helping out issues of generation, because one, China has a fog.
But that one looks like a plan.
Remember I said something about last time. I said something last time that we don't have plans. Nigeria, the problem we have in this country, there's no plan. The plan we have is that, APC is now here, they come up with their own plan. PDP comes tomorrow, they dismantle APC and start. You see, a country that really understands what nationhood is, you plan. China has 100 years planning process. 100 years. And that 100 years means that once you come on board, whether you're from whatever party,
you key in.
That's the first induction they give you.
Okay, let me butt in, Dr. Maduka. I like the way you've come from the other end, trying to balance things up and all of that. But in these countries you have cited as examples, countries that have that sincerity of purpose. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We might as well just say it. They have the sincerity of purpose to actually make things work and achieve, everybody's ultimate aim. We have a reputation where things are taken from people without the palliative. There is nothing to cushion the shock effect. And after a while, we as the people, we begin to find a way to adapt. Nothing else happens thereafter. Do you get what I mean? So for a whole lot of Nigerians, myself included, because I take this very personally, I have 3 generating sets in my house.
Thank you. Smaller, bigger,
like that. The thing is, you phase out the generators. There is no power. There is no hope of this power. At the end of the day, we're going to be a nation in darkness.
I agree with you, but do you know that necessity brings the best?
It's a matter of invention.
Yes, because if you look at what happened even in this coronavirus, do you know how much energy that the government have put in, because their lives are involved? If it's more people have been dying of Kwashiorkor,
must the lives of the governing class be endangered before we get the right kind of action?
That is why I'm saying that if this action they want to bring in will cover themselves, that the generator they are bringing in, it will cover that the governor will not have a generator, the president will not have it.
I get it that you are trying to, rationalize the whole thing. But I'm sorry, I don't think I'm with you on that page.
No, no, if everybody would go wrong.
I will just Doctor, I very well agree with you.
Everybody.
But then, they say charity begins at home. Now, who is a leader? A leader is a person who has influence. A leader is a person who has the quality of convincing you to do what otherwise you wouldn't have done.
And starting from himself.
Yes. Let's move on. A leader is a person who leads and others follows. That's the elementary part of the mission of a leader. During the time of Yar'Adua, late Yar'Adua, one of the, I think BBC or CNN correspondent went to his house to interview him, and he met him on a very simple chair, and there was no light. He saw him. He was a state governor then. He saw him fanning himself with hand fan, a whole state governor. And the question was, why no generator? He said there's no power. So his people are suffering this. He will not be an exception. Now, the state house is being run by generator. The infrastructure being run by generator. All everywhere. I'm one of those who have been clamoring for the ban of the generator. But then, you cannot put, the cart before the horse. You do the right thing, just like the cries and tears and lamentations we are now having in Lagos State. I am particularly one of those who say, let Okada be banned. But before then, they have collected measures. If we are going to ban, the generator, make sure we have at least 18 to 20 hours power supply, so that you will have the audacity, you have the strength to say, we have done this, let this thing stop. And that was my position during the time you could close the borders.
If there's constant power supply, you don't even need to ban generators.
It will when the president came on board, the first one was steady power supply.
Thank you for referring to that.
And
2015, I recall my freezer was constantly off because everything was on that platform. So what happened?
I made it known to
between that time.
Yes, I made it known to them. Look, I needed to sell my generator. But remember how much money that was spent by the passenger administration. Remember when Bola Ige was reassigned to the power sector, and he went there, he saw the thing. It didn't take long, he was killed. And Jonathan came on board. You know how much money? There are devils and demons that have decided not to allow this to work in Nigeria. Before they ban it, let us see improvement in power sector.
Okay.
And let it be holistic. While there shouldn't be, it shouldn't be selective. Every home should suffer it.
Okay, while we're talking about this proposed ban of generators, now according to the bill, there are some exemptions. All right, the ban excludes essential services. For instance, medical purposes like hospitals, nursing homes, healthcare facilities, airports. It excludes railway stations, elevators, escalators, research institutions, and other facilities that require 24-hour power supply. I dare say, I require 24-hour power supply as a facility. I choose to look at myself as a facility.
You are a facility.
Do you get what I'm saying? So this exclusion just negates the whole purpose of the ban in the first place. If I'm going by what you have
that was exactly what you see. The concept I was bringing it was exactly what that just read out. You see, nobody's afraid of anything. Nigerians are resilience. We are hard people. We can survive in any way.
Exactly.
We can. But the issue is that don't segregate your policy. If you want to say, oh, this is what you want to, let us see how you're going to do it, starting from yourself.
Across board.
What has happened between when we had the name called NEPA, transformed to PSCN, and now to Disclose? What has happened? Why the change of name? Why was the institution sold out? Have we benefited as a people for that sales? When households are paying 20,000 naira a month, some are paying 13,000 naira a month, some are paying 15,000 naira a month. So what are we benefiting as a people in this country? We are being taxed to put our money in the bank. We are being taxed to withdraw our money from the bank. We are being taxed for radio. We are being taxed for television. We are being taxed for walking on the street and drinking public water, which is not even available.
How about communication?
So what are we benefiting as a people? Yet you have our governors, our honorable members who sit. How many times do these senators sit? How many of them come? When you see them on sitting, how many of them are there? Yet they collect proper salaries. It doesn't start by reducing their salaries to 30,000 naira a month and see this country.
Okay, from Ikorodu, you are cracking me up this afternoon. Ola says, I hope another senator will not move motion for the banning of rechargeable lamps, candles, and torchlights. And he went on to say, Madam Patience, Biko, can you loan me one of your generating sets? This heat is something else. Okay, Ola. Alright, this other one says, please, this government should stabilize power beyond doubt in every village in this country. Everybody is essential. There are communities without electricity and water. God is watching our actions. This is politically motivated witch hunting and not progressive thinking. Eleto Samuel Chukwuemeka from Mafoluku Oshodi sends that one in. Alright, this other one says cutting off the head is not a solution to headache. What cheap alternative power do we have? The assembly that always put on generator during plenary, let them start from themselves. Lead by example.
Yeah.
All right, Ojiji Oluwa from Adkeke says the only person that will make me to rub my white or any color on the floor. Oh, sorry, this is an old one. All right, Ojiji. All right, ban of using generator in Nigeria is a welcome development because using generators have killed so many people. Let the Nigerian government make solar system more available for the common man in Nigeria. Barnabas Tukura sent that one in. All right, let's go to WhatsApp for a bit. St. Peter's is back and it says there should, please stop calling the line, there should be a plan on steady power on ground and ready to be implemented before trying to ban generators, because there are millions of places in Nigeria that will throw a party right now if they see lights, because for years they haven't used electricity. Ministry of Education is there extorting money from families, not minding the age of candidates getting into the Nigerian universities now. All they care about is just billions they get from selling JAMB form. There are lots of 17 to 20 years old children who are graduates from Nigerian universities without knowing what they did in school. Why don't the same senator introduce a bill for age restriction on getting into the university? Thank you, St. Peter's, for sending that. All right, Didi from Oba, I think I already read yours. Let's go back to SMS. I think another one just came in. To ban generators in Nigeria is the best because if that happens, we will have light. I commend the man sitting in the middle. God bless you. Yes, nobody is saying it is bad, you know, or it is not good to ban generators. But then we're looking at the situation.
Let me tell you something that will maybe shock you. Do you know how much we are paying on oil subsidy? It's because of this. This program. Seriously, we are paying 1.1 trillion was just what was paid recently. You know how? You know why? The importation of fuel, 50 or 60% of the consumption goes to generator. So you can imagine when this thing goes off, that one will have that sort of importation. And then the cost of fuel definitely will come down. And of course we will not import as much as we are doing. Two, which is most important, is that the bribes that these importers are giving to these our PHN officials are what is killing us most. Because at least I remember those days when NEPA was the name. Sometimes in your street, at least we had it, that these importers of generators, they go to the NEPA officials and bribe them that, look, put off this street, put off this street. And these are the things that are causing this problem. I'm telling you, look, we need a drastic action. I know it's going to be hot, but let it be that we get the hot and get it right. You see, if you give Nigeria 6 months, if everything, and starting from the president, if the president can have the gut and say, look, even in my house, don't put, and everybody calm down. It can be gradual. It can be gradual. It's okay. I'm telling you. Then give it.
Everybody suffers. Then maybe
it will come up. I'm telling you.
I'm saying that the problem is not that this country cannot be fixed.
We can.
It's not that we cannot fix our power.
It's the leaders. Yeah.
The problem is that there is so much suspicion between the people
and the leaders. Yeah.
And that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
The discourse, as far as I'm concerned, the federal government should look for a way to scrap that agreement.
When they sold it to themselves.
Questions.
You see, like I said, you must do things. If you want to buy something, include yourself. Don't exempt yourself.
Okay.
That is why people have confidence in you that you mean business.
Okay.
But not do it your own way, targeting some person.
All right, gentlemen.